Hey everyone, this is a PNN pop-up. I hope you had a good day. I was here earlier when it was light out. I wanted to play you something that I had mentioned because I think we need a little pep talk in America. I found this on Substack. I don't know who this guy is, but he's from the UK. So I'm going to play it just to make you feel uplifted.
Not resorted to violence. You're doing what needs to be done. You know the traps that are being set. America, following on from my last video, I just want to let you know, we see you. All your protests are coming through. It's very hard to censor media in the UK. It's all coming through. We see you. We're so proud of you. You've not resorted to violence. You're doing what needs to be done. You know the traps that are being set. It's amazing. You are leading right now, and it's amazing. And it's getting out. Europe sees it. The EU sees it. We all see it. And something you may not know, might not get reported there, after that journalist being added to that group text chat, Donald Trump is an absolute joke. You should see the media over here. They are ripping him apart. What you're doing is making a difference. And we support you in that. We know what's happening in April. Love the fact people of colour are staying at home. They know. They know it's an excuse to use them. And I love the fact a lot of white folk in America are saying, yeah, you're right, you should stay at home, let us do this. That's amazing as well. You've got everything going for you now. Don't give up. It's being seen. We're there for you, okay? We see you. We see you.
So there's that.
America.
So when he was making reference in there to the month of April, and he was referring to black people. It was in the news for a little bit that a lot of black Americans decided to stay home and not protest because they've done so much. So it was just a little side note. But what he did, and his name is M-A-I-R-Y, Mary, and I'll subscribe to him on Substack. So I wanted to play that for you because we've not heard that at all. But I have said several times on PNN that I feel the support of our allies. They hate Trump. We hate Trump. Why? Because he's a hateful person. And he has spent his entire life, really from childhood, according to what I've read in Mary Trump's book, he's spent his entire life inflicting cruelty and harm on other human beings. And the reason that he is where he is all criminal. It's all corruption. It's all greed. It's all sins. Every single sin there is, he's committed. Every single crime that's out there, he's committed. And I know that we feel trapped. But unless you think that this world has no saving grace and no salvation ever, we know there's a way out. We know we're going to come out of this darkness. And I really know that this is a catalyst. We don't love it, that's for sure. It's very, very harmful. And this is a catalyst to get us to understand that what we do and how we behave in life matters. It matters. Okay, so a couple things I want to read on, and one is the Supreme Court. I hear that Dumpy is just firing off all these emergency orders and sending things to the Supreme Court to see if he can do things like just deport people without due process. Just the whole anti-American, anti-human, his whole shtick. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about the Supreme Court. And simply, are they going to just give him a pass? It doesn't look like it lately. They did all that in the last few years. So, 3 cards. Are they just going to give... Is the Supreme Court just going to give him a pass? I think Amy Coney Barrett is coming to her senses. And we don't know what John Roberts is going to do yet. Okay, the Supreme Court. Wow, this is kind of quirky. This is where the Supreme Court is right now. He keeps attacking them. And in fact, I think that I heard recently that JD, what do we used to call him? Shady Vance? Yeah, still applies. This is where the Supreme Court is right now. He's bashing the Supreme Court. And that's 3 cups spilled and 2 cups still standing. And I think what we're going to see is the Supreme Court, like Roberts and, say, Ketanji Brown Jackson, voting the same way, if you catch my drift. And I'm actually feeling like the Supreme Court is going to start putting the brakes on. Realizing, even if they're malignant narcissists, that they don't want to lose their position. Supreme Court justices have a ton of power. They took away women's rights. And they can have a ton of power in the positive, and have, when it was more fair. But the 2 of Cups here is telling me that, like Roberts and Ketanji Brown Jackson, for example, are going to have to agree on some things. Just using them as, because those are extremes, right? Extreme opposites. But they do have to work together. So, and I don't think that they hate each other. I think they disagree. And Kagan and Sotomayor probably have feelings of hatred towards some of their misogynist justices, but they do have to get along, for a certain amount of time when they're making decisions. So let's do this. Let's just pull 3 cards about Dumpy's status with the Supreme Court currently, which is a similar kind of an energy question. Dumpy's status in the face of the Supreme Court. Okay, so here this clarifies things more. He's on his own. Dumpy's status is he's going to get stabbed by the Supreme Court. And there's that 5 of Cups again. SCOTUS is going to have to salvage what they can of this country. And I know it's, a day late and a dollar short kind of a feeling. But I don't see Dumpy being able to just plow through everything and just, like, the irony of we won't have a country anymore is, that's what he said, what Dumpy said at the Ellipse on January 6th. Everything that they accuse Democrats and anybody else of doing, they are doing. Okay, so I'm going to read now on the tariffs. I'm trying to decide which cards to use. Should I use the nefarious cards, or actually I'm going to use these cards. I hope you're having fun whenever you're watching this. It is Saturday night, and basically this is all I do. Is work. It's okay, because we need to save our country. Please support people that are really, really working hard to help to save our democracy in whatever way they are. It's so important. We have to support the troopers. The warriors of the light. There are many. And thank you for all your support. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about how the American people are starting to respond to, I guess, tariffs kick in. The China tariffs kick in and will double the prices of things. This is not sustainable. This is a dumpy created emergency crisis. All we have to do is get rid of him. And all the people that go with him, all the criminals that go with him. I mean, and I know that sounds like, oh, that's so, you make it sound so easy. Well, let's just think of it in those simple terms. I'll tell you something that I read today. And notice, I'm going to ask you to check your cynicism. Because that cynicism energetically could be keeping the right thing from happening. I'll just read it to you. Somebody posted this. Check your cynicism. I'm going to read this to you. According to the Constitution, Donald Trump can now be arrested for SCOTUS contempt. Trump violated and ignored a unanimous Supreme Court order. According to the law, he can be handcuffed by U.S. Marshals and removed from the White House and placed in federal custody pending trial. That's what that says. Now stop. How many of you heard me read that and go, yeah, well, that's never going to happen. He gets away with everything. That's not going to... And the reason that I'm saying this is because I know psychically, according to my spidey senses, that kind of thinking, this is my perception. Based on, this is my opinion. That kind of thinking slows down justice coming. Because we're literally, by being cynical, we're literally feeding into the likelihood that it won't happen because we're thinking that it won't happen. I'm just making a point. 3 cards about what the impact will be of these tariffs, and I'm going to lump job losses in this too, on the American people. You know how I get. The Hermit. It's going to isolate him. And it's going to bring us together. And the Princess of Wands is we're going to see Kamala re-emerge bit by bit. The last thing I'm going to read on today, because this is supposed to be a short video, is Fox. I'm going to ask the pendulum something. I want to know how many Fox viewers, and I haven't looked this up, I'm just going to check the pendulum. Their demographic is an elderly demographic, as far as I know. Is it more than 50% of people that are the demographic that watch, that are older, that are over 50, that watch Fox? Okay, so their demographic is probably 50 or 55 plus. Faux news, Fox. Where's my sign that says Fox Lies? It's over there somewhere. Yeah, very strongly. Yeah. Okay, so the faux news demographic is about 55 plus. 50, 55 plus. Are they experiencing damage in their viewership? Okay, so that's going... That's saying ask a clearer question. Is Fox News having less viewership? Yes. Okay, so it's declining. So what I'm going to ask these cards is the effect of Dumpy destroying our country on Fox viewers. I know it's taken a while, but we're going to get through this, and this is kind of like a shakedown of the evil. But we've got to be vigilant. So important. Okay, this is about Fox. The Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, they're still getting paid from the enemy. They're still being paid from the enemy. But I have a Three of Cups here, so I think that we're going to find... Let's get a clarifier, because I feel like the Three of Cups, I'm asking about Fox, and the Three of Cups is a celebration card. They do still have money coming in. So I'm wondering, is that celebration about Fox celebrating? No. Okay. It's about us celebrating. There's some kind of something good coming. That's not exceedingly clear, so I'm going to pull one more card. The Ace of Cups. I really do feel like, as far as that state-run media goes, the Two of Wands, they're kind of hanging on, right? They're kind of like trying to hold steady. And the Ace of Cups is, I want to say that it feels like eventually they're going to start caving in to, like, the Jessica Tarlovs. And I don't mean massively caving in. I mean very, very gradually. Very gradually. I mean, this isn't that far-fetched, because Rupert Murdoch has criticized Dumpy in major ways. So I feel like incrementally Fox is going to get less behind Dumpy, and they're going to have to follow where the American populace is going, and in their consciousness. They're going to have to go with the flow of the people eventually, because this lying constantly, this telling people the economy is great when millions of people have been fired from their jobs. When they're saying the economy is great when people are losing half of their 401ks thus far. And when people start getting sick, I hate to tell you that, but we don't have an FDA right now, or an EPA, and we won't know when a pandemic is coming. So they're going to start to talk sense to a certain degree to please their viewers, who can only be gaslighted for so long before the reality smacks them upside the head in so many ways. Alright, that's what I have for you tonight. I hope that it made sense. It was a little bit complicated, the readings tonight. There's so much going on. Please plan to join us tomorrow for Church of Spirituality. It's every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for spiritual upliftment. And to book a reading, go to psychicannetdion.com. And Off the Ledge and a brief PNN pop-up, Psychic News Network pop-up, so far have been daily, as long as I can fit it in. All right. Have a great night or a great day, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.